Well, all right, you automotive YouTuber, you decided what your channel is going to be about. That was day one. You're going to make videos about 1986 Yugos. Day two, we discussed what type of content you're going to make. Is it going to be long form? Is it going to be short form? Is it going to be shorts? Is it going to be super long form? Well, you settled on kind of a mix in the medium form. So somewhere in the 8 to 20 minutes per video. So that's great. You got that part figured out. Now, the next thing we need to figure out is going to be your audience. Who is your audience? How do you connect with your audience? And how do you grow your channel with that audience? And to be able to have that conversation, I actually want to refer back to a comment that I got in the Facebook group a couple of days ago when I first started this Facebook page to be able to support automotive YouTubers in reality. So Dylan made a comment about, aren't all views good views? And it was in reference to the fact that a lot of people will put a link on their Facebook page for their video, their newest video that they put out. Or they'll put a link in a Discord group, or they'll put a link in a Facebook group that's designed to help YouTube channels grow. And aren't all of those views the same? Aren't they all good? Well, the answer is no, not the case at all. In fact, they actually can end up being bad for you. And that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, so let me explain. Yes, you want views on your videos, 100%. But what you want is you want the people who are interested in your topic to view your video. You do not want clicks and views from people that are not interested in your topic. For instance, your video is going to be about 1986 Yugos. You do not want somebody who's decided that they want to look into a video about 1969 Camaros on your 1986 Yugo video. They probably don't care. Usually not the same demographic. So if that person comes over because you either tricked them with a thumbnail or tricked them with a title, or you posted it somewhere that maybe got them thinking that maybe it's some content that they're interested in, they click over onto your video, and then within the first few seconds they realize, wait a second, this is about a Yugo, this isn't about a Camaro, and then they click away. You got the view. Unfortunately, the view is going to be a horrible view, and it's going to only have a very, very short watch time. And one of the major things that's important to YouTube is how long you have a viewer engaged, what the average watch time and a watch percentage of a video is. So if you have, let's say for the ease of math, a 10-minute long video, and you lose that person within that first 30 seconds, what's the average watch percentage of that 30 seconds out of 10 minutes? It's tiny. It will reflect in your analytics that that is a very, very short video or a very, very short view. And YouTube will start to see that, okay, this person clicked off really quickly. And then if you have another person that says, this person clicked off very quickly. One of the most important things you're going to see in your YouTube analytics, and I'm not getting into analytics at this point in time yet. That's kind of going to be the more advanced courses we'll get into later on. But one of the most important things you can look at on your analytics is if you go into your audience tab or your engagement tab and you scroll down to where it shows your audience retention. And it's going to be a graph that's going to look like this. It's going to look like whatever. You get the idea. It's going to start up at the top at 100% and then it's going to drop. And then it's going to level out at some point in time, or it may continue to drop. But the most important part about that entire graph is that first 30 seconds, minute, 2 minutes, somewhere in that range. It will show you how quickly your viewership is clicking off of your videos. Because if you're not holding somebody's attention for that first 30 seconds, first minute, first 2 minutes, they're wasted video views. They're wasted clicks. You're not getting any ad run. You're not getting any engagement. And clearly whoever it is that watched your video is not interested in the video. Now, whether that's because you tricked them via thumbnail or titling or whatever, or whatever way you got them there, clearly they're not interested. And YouTube will actually penalize you and that video when it sees you having a large amount of click off people that drop off in that first little bit. The more and more people that YouTube sees dropping off that way, the faster and faster it will slow down the spread of your video. Because it's seeing a negative feedback of people are just not interested in this. Now, I'll go one further to this, and especially when you have things that are multiple genres in the same YouTube channel. So, like, for instance, with my Automotive Adventures with Austin channel, I'm all over the place as far as what type of stuff I'm making. It's generally a vlog style type thing about what I'm doing, what I'm working on, my projects, my cars, that kind of stuff. But I've got multiple projects going on. I've got multiple engine builds going on. I've got multiple cars I've got going on. And the same person is not necessarily interested in all of those things. The same person that's interested in my 350 Pontiac HO build is not interested probably in my 2001 Volkswagen Passat. They're different people. They're different audiences. And it can get very tricky when you're having different audiences on the same channel, because you're going to get kind of a mixture of feedback. Some people in your subscription are going to watch it. Some people are going to click off of it because they don't care. Or some people who are just fantastic people in supporting the channel will just hang around for whatever it is that you're shooting just because they want to support you and what you're doing. And that brings up another kind of conversation about knowing your audience and what your audience is interested in, and catering your content and your filming type to your audience. It's incredibly important for you to understand the demographic that your viewership is when you're creating content. And unfortunately, that can be a little bit tricky when you're first new on YouTube, because you don't get a lot of information about who your audience is, where they are, how old they are. You can get some of the male-female stuff reasonably early, but you don't get things like when are they active, which can be hugely important about when you put out a video. If your audience is only active from noon until 4 p.m., don't put up a video at 7 p.m. because you're not going to have peak watch time. Now, YouTube will say that we've never seen that, or that we can't verify that launch time has any effect on long-term video success. Sure. But you can stack the deck, at least from my experience, by putting out a video when your audience is typically speaking going to be around, or most of them are going to be around. Putting something up off schedule sometimes does work, but more often than not, what you really want is you want to put something up when your people are active, when your people are paying attention, and you can get that first real big push. Because if you can't get your subscribers interested in your video, it's much less likely that your YouTube audience will grow. Let me explain that. So let's say your channel has 200 subscribers already. Good for you. If you put out a video and only 30 of your people that are subscribed to your channel watch that video, it's a signal to YouTube that even your audience that already subscribes to your channel and supports you is not particularly interested in what you're doing in this video. And it does deprioritize that video when it sees that even your diehard fans are not watching your content. Now, some of that can change. Some of that, it can go viral without your audience. I have personally several videos of my own that have a very tiny amount of my subscriber base that has watched, and it's 98% not subscribers. That's possible. But that usually requires some sort of trending topic, or something that's buzzing, or you've used somebody's name that maybe has a huge following and it's been able to coattail on those guys. Like for me with Street Racing Channel and Old Man's Garage, clearly they have a gigantic fan base. They have a huge fan base. I think Billy is at 380,000 subscribers at this point in time, and they're extremely engaged, loyal, supportive fans. And their fan base will watch most of everything that they watch. Now, I can see that in my analytics, anything that I ever do is going to do pretty well if I'm doing it with them, because that same fan base will come over to me. If I use that one of their names in my titling, or I use a picture with one of them in my thumbnail, it's going to bring one of their video viewers over. However, what can happen is when I bring that audience over and I get them to subscribe to me and my channel, the videos that I do that are not with that same creator, or that are not in that same genre, probably aren't going to do well. And then you get into the same situation of YouTube is now seeing a negative feedback signal where, okay, these new subscribers that came from this direction and this viewer type aren't interested in what you're doing. and it will stop pushing out the notifications and stop kind of shopping your video out to those people, because what it's seeing is that they're just truly not interested in it. Now, some of those people will come back, and I've seen that in analytics as well, that then you do another video with that same creator, that same collaboration, that same topic, and it will wake up some of those subscribers that are kind of in zombie status. But you've got to be careful with that. Same situation can happen when you make a viral video. And this is kind of where I want to wrap this video up, is all videos that go viral are not necessarily a good thing. Yes, you appreciate the viewership. Yes, you appreciate the subscribership. Yes, you appreciate the view time that you're probably going to get on that video. However, a huge portion of those viewers very likely are not interested in what a lot of your other content is going to be about. I have a video that's got 50 some odd thousand views, I believe, at this point in time on my Automotive Adventures with Austin channel, about getting scammed on a Facebook marketplace, buying a car. And it was basically the video that monetized my channel. I think it was the third video I did, a second video I did, something like that. It was super quick. That channel got monetized in 17 days, which is totally not normal. But that video just took off. Now, it happened because it had a gigantic total addressable market. It had a lot of people that were interested in it, and it generated a major amount of interest, and I appreciate that. However, of those, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers that subscribed to my channel because of that video, I would be willing to put money on it that the vast majority of those folks that came over because of Facebook scams or the things that I tagged it with are not interested in the vast majority of my content. I don't have a way of drilling down exactly where the viewers come from, where they came from, what videos brought them in, but I can extrapolate from what I have seen that yes, I grew my channel with that, and yes, I got my channel monetized with that, but a huge portion of my 6,000 some odd subscribers already came to my channel from something that is not necessarily what my channel is truly going to be about. And they've gone into zombie status, meaning they no longer click, they no longer pay attention, they no longer are there. They're technically still subscribed, but they don't see any of your stuff. And yeah, it's great because you got the bragging of I got monetized super fast, and yeah, I can brag about the fact that I have a certain amount of subscribers, whatever. But if your subscribers are not interested in what you're doing and what your content is and what your content type is, they're just zombies. They don't really count for anything other than the bragging right of I have X amount of subscribers. And you don't want to be that kind of YouTuber. You know, you want to keep your people interested and you want to keep your people engaged. You don't want to cheat the system. You don't want to use some kind of viral thing that's going to just pump up your numbers, but bring in people that are not really interested in it. And I'm as guilty as the next person is. I want to see my numbers, explode too. It feels good. It's nice. But what you really, really want is you want people that are engaged, people that are interested in your content type, that are there for what you're going to be making videos for. They're there for you, first off, and they're there for your type of content that you're going to be making. You got to make people interested in 1986 Yugos. You just got to bring those people into the fold and build a great, amazing, fantastic community of fellow 1986 Yugo people. And that's what your ultimate goal is. Because if you can see that, and YouTube will see those people coming back, those people are typically going to be much more loyal and are going to watch for considerably longer videos than just random passerbys that are not subscribed to your stuff. So just another little bit of YouTube education on the automotive side of things. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. This is all I'm going to use with this channel. It's not going to be about me wrenching on any of my stuff. It's not going to be about me doing any of my stuff or going on trips or any of that. This is purely just going to be an educational channel where I'm sharing some of the experience that I've developed over YouTube over the last decade of doing this kind of stuff, and hopefully it helps with you guys. I did ask earlier on the Facebook group as well. It's Automotive YouTube Education, by the way, if you're interested in it. It's available on Facebook. You can join it if you'd like. If people would be interested in doing like analytic deep dives or channel review type stuff, where I go into your analytics specifically about what your channel is doing and what's succeeding and not succeeding and what you could maybe try, or do my own channels and be able to show you guys my analytics. And I'm totally comfortable with that either way. I'm willing to do whatever you guys would like to do. I'm very transparent and open with everybody. So however you want me to do that, I'm certainly willing to do that. However, we do need to get over 50 subscribers in order for you able to do YouTube Live on here. So at the moment, I think we're at 30 subscribers. So maybe we'll find another 20 people that are interested in this kind of thing. And after that happens, it's something we can certainly do. And it's kind of nice to be able to do channel reviews for other people. Because I can really kind of tailor and look at what's going on with your specific channel and kind of tailor my advice for that. I can tell you and show you all the things that I've done, but it's a little bit more useful when I can kind of give you personally your information. Now that does also require you to be able to, or be willing to, show your analytics to the whole wide world out here on the YouTubes, which is not something that a lot of people are willing to do. So keep that in mind. But either way, something we're gonna see up in the future. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. That's all there is to it. Thanks for being here. If you're interested in this kind of thing, if you want some more YouTube education specifically on the automotive side of things, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Drop me a comment in the comment section below. If you got any questions or anything you want me to deal with in a future upcoming video, let me know, and I will happily address it. Thanks for being here, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.